everybody, welcome to a video tutorial. I'm going to be showing for the virtual airline for NV Virtual, and this is basically just going to go over on how to work around the website and how to get your flight to be tracked. So first of all, you need to make an account on the website, and it's still going to be work in progress, but for the most part this is what we're going to be going over. So here's the website here. This is the virtual airline manager. Now how you get to this page is you're just going to go to the nvair.com, nvairva.com. This is going to bring you to the main website. So this is where you can go here, and you're basically going to go up here. You get few different tabs here. The form is still work in progress at this point in time in this video. And basically you're just going to go to Virtual Airline Manager. This is where everything in the virtual airline is going to basically happen and be recorded. You can also go to meet the staff, but I'll just bring you to the staff page of the VAM. So you're just going to click on a Virtual Airline Manager, bring you to the VAM, and open up in a new tab. So once you're here, you're not going to be logged in like I am, and I'm logged into my own account, and here you'll be greeted with a welcome message, and you'll be seeing the latest flights here. As you see, we already got a few flights in, a bunch of other stuff. Now this is also work in progress, as I'm working on getting our own headlines here, or our own front pictures here, and then changing that. So you're gonna have to create an account. So it's gonna be like register up here. You're gonna register an account, and it's pretty straightforward. But I'll go ahead and log in, or I'll go ahead and log out here, and I'll show you guys what the register system will look like. So this is what the page is gonna look like. Still the exact same, and you basically just go up here to register, or if you already have an account, go to login. Alright, so under register you're going to put in your name. So you're going to put in whatever your name is. I'm just going to put an example name here. Your birth date. So I'm just going to put in, again, a random date here. So something like that, I guess. And you don't, now with this VA, if you don't fly IVAO, if you don't prioritize IVAO, don't just leave it blank. If you don't do VATSIM, which I prefer everybody in the VA to be on VATSIM, or you don't have to be, it's not required to be on VATSIM or IVAO, but this is mainly VATSIM / single player type of type of VA. We don't really do IVA, so you're going to type in your VATSIM ID, which would be numbers. So it'll be something like that. You're gonna have to get that. If you don't have a VATSIM ID, don't put anything there. If you want to do VATSIM, then definitely let me know, and we'll get some stuff, help you out with that. You're gonna put in your language. Is only English. This is English only speaking VA. And put your country. Doesn't matter. You could be anywhere from around the world. So it's just English speaking only is our language here. Then you're gonna put your city. So you're just gonna put your what city you're from, and your hub. You could choose a hub. Right now I narrowed it down to one. We used to have Miami and Anchorage, but I got rid of those two until we grow our fleet. Our fleet only contains a few aircraft, and we'll get to navigation of that. So for now, let's do KLAX, and then your email. So it'd be something at gmail.com. And then your password, whatever you want your password to be, and then any comments that you want, and then of course you've read the VA rules, and this is going to bring you to the rules and standard operating procedures, and there will be a SOP link here shortly, as is being written up at the time of this video. So here's some basic rules. There will be of course more written out, but for now those are the rules. Then you're going to enter in the captcha code, and then basically you're going to register, and it will be sent out to the admins, and we'll go through your application or through your register, and then we'll either accept you or deny you depending on where your application stands, or on how many pilots we have, so on and so forth. So other than that, that's basically how you register. It'll give you an email saying it'll take around 24 hours to validate or activate your account, and it won't take that long necessarily, but it would take some time. Once you do that, you're basically going to have to wait until we accept your account. But other than that, once you get accepted, I'm going to go ahead and log into my own account, so we'll cut it here real quick and we'll get onto the login page. Okay, so we have logged into our account, and this is going to be our login page here, and basically what's going to bring us to our profile. And here you can check your stats, you can see your profile, all that, where you're from, your salary per hour, your rank, and yeah, so it's going to be all the information here for you. It's going to show your previous flights that you've completed and done, and if it's validated by the VA. And I'll say like how it's filed. So I use some ACARs, and we'll get in on how to do that. You can see the map flight. You can see that it shows our destination that we went to. So basically we did a flight from Los Angeles to San Francisco, and from San Francisco back to Los Angeles. And then it'll just show total flight, flight hours, distance, regular flights, charter flights, regular flights 100%. And it'll show if you did a charter flight, which we don't do charter flights. And then manual reports, FS Keeper reports, FS ACARS report. Then you got VAM ACARS reports, which is 2. Then you got your stats and stuff here. You can go through pilot certifications. You see those with planes that you're certified for, and everybody's going to be certified for the 733 and 738 and 75. And then for the heavies and international flights, we'll be doing something different for those. Pilot awards will be coming soon, and pilot tours will be coming soon as well. So other than that, let's go ahead and go back to the home page here. Alright, so back here on the home page, it's going to look exactly the same. Nothing really changed, nothing new, not really many differences. The NOTAMs here, and also notice the airmen. Just posts that I'll be putting for like new routes or new openings or something like that. I'll put that in there. And then you got future events over here, which are going to post like, of course, future events. So like VA events that we could fly out of an airport and then to an airport together. That will be posted there beforehand. And yeah, basically pretty much the same there. So if you go to the About, you can see the staff page. Currently it's just myself on the staff page until we grow the VA. It'll have a little bit about me or something and whatnot, and what our goal is here. And going to the rules page is basically just going to go to the rules page that you read. And well, of course, like I said again, we're going to have our SOP link there, so we'll see that in the future. School, we may have a school for people that want to learn, maybe like a VATSIM. I'll maybe post the videos of how to VATSIM, how to use VATSIM or whatnot here. But for the most part, we're not really going to be doing too much school related stuff here unless people want it. Alright, and then the form, really no form right now. I think that's work in progress, not mine on the VAM's on side, but we're not going to worry about that. And then register is basically just, again, just like the, it's just a register page. Alright, and you can go to operations, we can go to the fleet page. This is basically going to show all the aircraft that we own, and since we're starting off VA, we only have 3 planes active right now, so we're all going to have to basically share until we get that, until we get our financial stuff up, and we'll show that after this. So here you can see the status of aircraft, the health. So example here, the 733 is at 77%. The 738 is at 98%, and that basically determines what the health of the airplane is at. If it needs to go into maintenance, to fix gear, fix anything, or just do an inspection, basically that will do that, and you see it's free. And when it's booked, when people book flights with these aircraft, it will say booked and then who it's booked to. You can see the hours that it's been flown. So this plane has only been flown for 1.8 hours. This flight, this is a messed up reading there. We had a wrong number put into that on that plane, so that's mostly around the same as this one here. You can see they're both free, and if you click on the information here, you could check out who flew them previously, the call sign, distance, fuel, so on and so forth, and then there'll be some more maintenance history and whatnot down there. Alright, so going to the financial report. This is where the VA's financial stuff will be read, so you can see we're now out of debt. For those that were here at the time, we were $900 in debt. We got that though by getting some flights through. You can see that our airport taxes are charged, our ground handling is charged, our passengers in regular routes, which is basically the passengers paying for their tickets and whatnot, is incoming to us, so that's good. Aircraft purchases, basically it's just like purchasing an aircraft. Any aircraft purchase that we make will be put here. Cost pilot's salary. You see we got $14.40. It's per hour. It's salary per hour. Not the most, but it's for a student pilot. The more you go up in the ranks, the more you'll get a pilot payout. Cost aircraft maintenance, we don't have that yet because we have no aircraft that went to maintenance yet. And then cost aircraft repair, if the plane was broken or if it was landed too hard and the gear was broken in VAMS, if it registered that, then it would say how much we need in repairs or how much they check in the maintenance, and then it'll go to the repairs. And then our income, I think that goes by monthly. I'm not entirely sure with that yet, but we'll see what happens with that. Alright, and then that's basically it for the financial report. We got the hubs, which shows our hubs. Again, we only use LAX right now, so LAX is our only hub. We got quite a few routes going in and out of LAX. We got number of pilots stationed there. We got 8 or put there. We got number of aircraft there. Is currently 3 aircraft in LAX. We got 26 routes in and out of LAX. And basically our hub fleet here is again showing the aircraft, and then we got our hub pilots, which shows our pilots here. Alright, and then we're going to go to operations again, and then we could go to tours. This is basically just going to show our tours, and again we'll get into more to that in the later when we grow the VA. We got pilot ranks here. It basically shows how many hours, minimum hours you need to maximum hours. So become a second officer, you must surpass 9 hours in the student rank, and then you'll see that your salary per hour changes and goes up. First officer, you must get over 30 hours or at or above 30 hours. Senior first officer, 50 or above, and then captain 80 or above, and then senior captain 130 above. And there may be future ranks coming in, but for now this is our ranking system, and the hours may change in a later time as well, but for now that's what these are going to stay. And the awards, as I said again, these are just gonna those are work in progress. We're not done with those yet. Alright, and then you can go to pilot roster up here. Pilot roster is just going to show all the pilots, their hours that they've flown, their ranks, their country, their status, their VATSIM IDs, location, so on and so forth, and what hub. So their location is basically where they're at. So if I take a flight from Los Angeles to San Francisco and I log off there and I file my flight plan for that, both the plane and my location is going to be at San Francisco. So if I try to load back into LAX, it's not going to allow that because I'm at SFO. So it's a very realistic system. So if I leave SFO, or if I go to SFO and I log out there, it's going to keep me there until I go back to LAX or some other airport. So it's very realistic when flying for the VA. Alright, so pilot roster, and go to statistics. So statistics will show basically all of the VAs, basically all of our statistics. Our flights, number of flights per month in current year, number of flights per day in current month, so on. And there's a bunch of other things you guys could see here. Alright, and then language is changed to, as always, it's English. So if you go to system here, or what you guys will see your pilot actions. Pilot actions is basically what you're going to be going on to book your flights and download. So now getting started to get your SIM8 cards. Now notice that this is only a Windows program. If you run Mac, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to do manual PIREPs. And basically there's internal mail, which is basically just private like messaging on here. So you could private message other pilots and whatnot. And we're just going to go back here and book a route. This is basically where you book your route. So right now, as I stated, we're in LAX, so we can't choose a flight departing San Francisco. It's just not possible for us. So you must book a flight here in order to log a flight or register a flight for it to go into the VA. If you do a flight that you're not at an airport at, it will not register into the VA and it will not show. So you're basically doing that flight not for the VA, but just basically for fun and not for the VA. So you gotta make sure that you pay attention on where you last left off. So you could choose any of these routes: LAX to San Francisco, LAX to PHX, LAX to KLAS, and so on and so forth. And so on from there. You see the alternative airports are there for you guys in case you guys need to reroute or anything of that sort. And it shows the duration here. We don't have a necessary time of departure and time of arrival. You do these flights whenever you want, and if the plane and the route is open. So basically how you're going to book, let's say we want to go to San Francisco. We're just going to go to information here, and then you're going to see the aircraft that are set for this route. So the flight, don't worry about this. This is not going to be your call sign. This is just the flight that we're going to be doing. So you can see that MV001 flight is Los Angeles to San Francisco, and then it should be San Francisco back to LAX, but you can see there's 3 different planes here. It's because we have all these 3 different planes scheduled for this route. So don't worry about having to log in with MV001. You could log in with whatever NV call sign you want. It could be NV200, NV3831. It could be whatever call sign you want. You can even use your own. Call sign that we have assigned you at this VA. It's up to you, as long as it's the MV call sign that you're flying for the VA. And then you basically hit this check mark here, and that's going to basically book you for that flight. So if I click that, it'll say then cancel booking, and booking successful. The booking will be canceled automatically in 24 hours. So you can see your flight. That's, again, you don't have to use this call sign, and plus you don't want to use this call sign number exactly, because 001 is not correct. It would be just NV1, but that's just signifying the flight, not the flight number. Again, use any NV call sign, and then any number that you want. Then you see your departure, your arrival, your number of passengers. So this number will randomize. This number will just kind of go up and down, kind of simulating how many passengers booked their flight with our airline. And it'll show our cargo on board, and again, this number will randomize as well. Our plane type that we have chosen and selected, make sure you pay attention to that, because if you choose a 733 and you don't have a 733, it's not going to register properly. Then you got your tail number. You got the name of the airline, which is just a typical MV Airlines livery. Then we have our status, which is our health of our aircraft, which is 77%. And then our route. The route you get to choose, whatever route you want, as long as it's up to date. If you're flying on bat symbol, as long as it's up to date with AirX cycles. But for the most part, choose whatever route you want from LAX to San Francisco. I don't restrict that to you guys. You guys get to choose that. And then your flight level. Now the flight level you have to fly by, or else it's going to count it's going to penalize you for that. And then you got your meter information, which it gives you, so that way you know whether you're flying into. So it's a pretty cool feature there. And that's basically it. And then you go and continue on SimAcar. So we're going to continue on the website here. I'm going to have a separate tutorial for how to do this. So I'm going to go and cancel that booking. And actually, wait. Let me go ahead and do that again. Let me book a route again. And let me go back to that same flight. And if I go ahead and book that flight, and if I go to operations, and if I go to fleet, and you can see now this says booked at NV3 by NV318, and that's my personal call sign. Then nobody else can take that flight from you. So if you want the 733 leaving from LAX to a destination, you can no longer take this. But if you book this flight, obviously you could take it out. And if you go to information, it will show the information just like as it did before. So nothing too much there. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go back and cancel that booking, because I'm not actually going to fly that. Alright, and it'll bring us back here. So we could change our location. So this is how you could change your location. If you want to fly out of, let's say if you go from LAX to San Francisco, and let's say you want to leave the plane there and go to LAX and fly another route out to like Salt Lake City or something. So you basically put where you want to go. So if I want to go back to Los Angeles, I'll just type in the ICAO code of LAX, and then I'll hit change. If I want to go to Seattle, I can go to Seattle and do that, change that location. But I'm going to stay at LAX, so that's where all of our planes are right now, so I'm going to close that. Then you could go to My Finances. This finance page will basically show you your personal finances, and you can see here regular flight KSFO to KLAX, and it registered my flight and it gave me my payout. So again, the more you progress and the longer and the more flights you do, your total money will go up. There's nothing really you could do with this. Again, this is just all virtual airline stuff. It's not like you could spend this money or anything of that sort. And basically, we're going to go back here, and you can file your own manual PIREP. So if you're a Mac user, this is how you're going to file your PIREPs. This is how you're going to file your flight. So you need to put your date, you need to put your departure airport, your arrival airport, your distance, so basically how long the flight was in nautical miles, your flight time, how long your flight took, and the format is 1 hour, so 1.2. That's 1 hour and 20 minutes. Let's say if your flight is under an hour, let's say it's 30 minutes, you do a 30-minute flight. You're going to put 0.30 for 30 minutes. So that's 1 hour, so that's hours, that is minutes. No need to put seconds. But let's say we did a 1 hour and 25-minute flight. 1 hour, 25 minutes. That's how the format goes for the flight time. And of course, if you do a 2-hour flight, 2 hours. If you do a 2 hour and 50-minute flight, 2.5. And if you want to get specific, if you do a 2-hour flight, just put 2.0, but 2 will work just fine. And then you can enter your fuel. So how much fuel you use. So now this is where you're going to have to pay attention. So how much fuel did you use? You're going to put that here. Or how much fuel did you start with? That's what you're going to put here. So how much fuel did you start with? And then your aircraft, whatever aircraft you used in our list. Of course, we only have a select few of these, but these are our plans of how much aircraft we do want to have in our fleet. Then if you have any comments, you can put them here, and then you'll hit submit. And then PIREPs will also have to be accepted and validated by admin. So if you don't see your PIREP up immediately, it's because it hasn't been accepted yet, or it's been denied, and you'll get an email telling you if it'll be denied or not. All right, let's go and head back. Alright, and then you can change your profile, basically password, name, password, location, city, hub. You can change your hub if you'd like, your email. If you want to receive emails from us or not, that's up to you, and so on and so forth. And you can upload a pilot image if you'd like as well. Alright, and you can go to My Stats, and My Stats is just going to show you as what it is, and show you the flights, the distance you've flown, total hours you've flown, regular flights, percentage of regular flights, and so on and so forth. And again, you guys could go through this yourselves. Alright, and then it's going to show you VA parameters. Is basically going to show you what we expect, so, or what VAMA cars will simulate. So if you do a 850 feet per minute landing, it's going to count as a crash. It'll show you like what penalizes you and whatnot. So economic penalty in case of crash, that's going to cost you $500. Salary per hour based as of your rank, or on your rank, is going to be $15, and salary reduction for charter flights 50%. So that's basically it. And of course, these numbers will change. These are all just default parameters, so I will be ending up changing these in the future. But for now, that's what those are going to remain. Alright, and then you got your download page. This is basically going to show what you need. So if you're on Flight Simulator, FS Keeper template, you need to do that. I don't know how to work that. Sim8 cars, which works both with FSX, P3D, and X-Plane, or all three of those programs. So you're going to hit that, and then basically it's going to start your download, but I'm going to go over that in a different tutorial. Alright, then we're going to go back, and we're going to be on report tour leg. So this is basically if you do like a tour or something, which again we'll do in the future. Once we get larger in the VA, I'll start doing tours, active tours, and so on. Or not active tours, excuse me, just flight tours. Alright, and then other than that, that is basically it. That's the basic navigation around the virtual airline management website. And yeah, hopefully you guys understand everything that I went over just now. We're going to go over on how to further on how to book flights and how to fly those flights in the Sim8 Cars program. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.